Hey guys, Ed from Paranormal Link, Ohio. Back at it again with another podcast episode. Tonight's episode is about Ashmore Estates and how later on, coming soon, I will be going to Ashmore Estates to do a second investigation. The first investigation I was on scared me so bad I swore I would never go back. It was over maybe 10 plus years ago, maybe 15 years ago, and I'm going back. So, I'm going to tell you about the first investigation I was on there and how it scared the ever-loving crap out of me to make me not want to go back there, and how it took a lot to get me to go back. So, we get to Ashmore Estates. Get there relatively early. Still daylight outside. We're going around, checking it out. And we see that the doors from the basement from one side of the building to the other side of the building is open. And the owner said, hey, if you guys want to, you can walk through the basement by yourself, see how far you get. So, guy I was with, Danny, he walked down there, and, he's like, man, it was kind of spooky, but, he made it through. I walked through there, and I tell you what, I did not like the feeling of that place whatsoever. Even from the second I pulled up there and seen it with my eyes, I was like, ooh, this looks, wow. And then the feelings as we was walking through. So, I made it from door to door. It felt like it took forever. It was only really like, maybe 2 minutes to get from one end to the other. But I was hearing things, I thought it was my imagination, because I was so scared, because it was one of the first places I went to I was actually scared to go in. A lot of other places I've been to, it's scary knowing that it's, haunted. But going into this one, I don't know, it just really freaked me out. As we're going in, he wants to give us a tour of the building. So we're walking through the building, and as we're walking through the building, it just felt like something heavy was just kind of sitting on my shoulders. The odd feeling just kept getting worse and worse. And once we got up to the second floor, I was really feeling it. I really didn't want to be in there. I was getting sick. The whole dizziness, nauseated. Again, I thought it was just my nerves playing against me. So I caught myself calmed down, and they took us to the third floor where they housed all the really bad mental patients when it was an asylum. And because Ashmore Estates was so many places. It was a poor farm. It was a private insane asylum. It was, I believe, another hospital. And it housed all these mental patients, and it housed some of the criminally insane people. And just knowing that kind of, tipped the scale for me too. Because I'd been to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and, I was scared, but not like this. Ashmore was just its own breed of terrifying. So, we finished the tour. And we all go back outside, and we all decide what we're going to do. Where we're going to put equipment, who was going to be alone, who wasn't going to be alone. And we had everything mapped out. And as I'm outside, I feel great. I start feeling better. The nausea goes away. The dizziness goes away. And, I'm ready. I'm ready to go in. I'm like, all right, man, so maybe it was my nerves. I'm ready to go. So we go in and we set up base camp, where we set most of the equipment, the monitors, where all the camera feeds was going to go back to, kind of like a home base area. We get that set up, and by the time we're done with that, and by the time we're done placing cameras all around, it is now pitch dark. And when I tell you pitch dark, it is dark, like you're blind dark, like it's just black as black can be. The night vision helped a lot. It really did. But most of the time it was just a flashlight, and you're going room to room. We caught wild EVPs, man. It was, get out. I'm going to hurt you, kill you. We had a medium who was down in the lower level actually take on the mindset of a worker that used to be there. And it's almost like she got possessed by this worker, started talking like them, and as I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, this is absolutely crazy. This is like the first time I ever seen a medium doing their job. And, like, I never worked with one before. And it was just totally, it was like amazing. But then you hear knocks and bangs. And so there was a second floor. I believe it was the second floor. I could be wrong. There was a nurse's room. And some bad things that happened to her. Let's just put it like that. She did not like to have her window covered. Even though it was on the second floor, if you put something in the window, she would knock it out. Or a spirit would knock it out. I'm not going to say her. Could have been just a random spirit. I didn't buy it. I called BS, and I was like, you know what? They're renovating the place. So I took a board, stuck it up on the window. There's a like countertop, and I put a 2x4 and wedged it to where it would hold that board into the window. I set up a camera. I had the camera facing directly into this room, directly to where that board was. And I said, you don't like this in front of your window? Knock it down. You knock it down, I'll keep it down. So, as I turn to go downstairs, we hear bang, boom, boom. Run back upstairs. The camera is down. And that board is out of the window. It is on the ground. It was very much knocked out. I can't explain it. I watched the evidence. The board fell out the window. And the camera then fell. A lot of people were going to say, oh, it was a gust of wind. It was calm. It was cool. It was collected. There was no wind, no rain, no storms, no nothing. It was a calm day. But that board still flew out that window. And it didn't hit my camera. The camera just fell. You see the board, the 2x4, holding the board up. It's on one side. The board's on the other side. Not nowhere near the camera. And the camera still falls. And we was just up there. Like literally as we're walking down the stairs is when we heard it. And we had checked the whole place before we started to make sure there was no, homeless or anything like that, or vandals, because the place is regularly vandalized. It was bad back then. And, that particular thing scared the crap out of me. So later on in the evening, we're walking around, we're doing an investigation. They got a part of the building that used to be a haunted house, like a Halloween attraction. We're walking through there. There's me. There's another member of another team named Spats. Leon, I love you, miss you, buddy. And I can't wait to hunt with you again. But it was one of his teammates was hunting with me. And we're standing there kind of right next to each other. And nothing's happening. We're getting kind of amped up. Like, well, come on, do something. We both had hoodies on. Now, at this point, it just felt like something raced right between us, like right in the middle of us. Grabbed our hoods and pulled. And we turn around, there's nothing there. You see us in the footage kind of lean back, like, like something pushed us or pulled our hoods. Like, you see us, but you don't see anything else. That was another thing that terrified the crap out of me. But what took the cake, I'll never forget, was 1 o'clock in the morning. I get a call on the radio that the camera feed has died. The memory card is full on the camera on the 3rd floor. I said I would go change it. I go upstairs. I got my little flashlight. I get up to where the camera is. Like, I'm trembling right now just talking about it. I got my little flashlight. I get almost to the camera and the radio goes stop. So I stopped. The static camera that was on the other side was still picking up me in night vision. And all of a sudden, I hear him, there's something there with you. I look down at the end of the hall, and you could see a black mass down at the end of the hall. And I seen it come closer and closer, because as it got closer and closer, all the doorways and the windows, because there's no doors, no windows there, the moonlight's clearly shining in there, but as it passed those doorways, the light from the moon disappeared. And all of a sudden, it just stops. They get on the radio and they say, it's right in front of you. I'm terrified. I'm shaking at this point, sweating. But I wasn't going to move. And as fast as it came, it zooped way back to the other end of the hallway as fast could be. You could see all the lights, like from the moonlight, to start shining and illuminating in the rooms that it covered. And it was gone. And then I heard with my own ears. Everybody heard it. It just sounded like someone saying, I love you. And I know that doesn't sound scary at all, right? The giant black mass, that was terrifying. But it saying, I love you, could have been something else trying to make me think that it was okay. To keep me there. You would not believe how fast I stuck that memory card in that camera and I turned that camera on and I was back downstairs and I left that building. And I did not go back inside of it. I stayed in the bus that we rode in on the entire rest of the night. I did not step one foot in that place again. And I swore that I would never go back there. It's one of the... I've been scared in investigations. I mean, it's human nature. You're there, you're hunting ghosts, some things happen, you get scared. This place, like, I still don't want to go. But I can't turn it down. It's just like, I gotta go. I want to do it again. But it scared me that bad to where I was like, I'm not ever going back. And I've been to a lot of places. A lot of haunted places. I've been to some demonically haunted places. A lot of things has happened. But nothing like that. That just, I don't know. Just for some reason, I never wanted to go back. But now I'm going back. I feel it's been long enough and I think it's time to go. So I'm going to go back. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I wanted you to hear about the very first investigation of Ashmore Estates that I've been on. Because coming soon, we will be there investigating. Of course, I will go live so you all can be there to see it with me. And thank you guys again for listening. I know it's been a while since I've had new episodes. Had a lot going on. I hope you guys understand, which I know you do. You guys are great people. I love each and every one of you. We're going to have regular episodes again. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for listening and have a great night. See you tomorrow.